Hello, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are watching us from. Today, we have changed the style a bit. Every time we come to you alone and then we introduce our guest and bring her to the studio, but this guest, she says, no, I want something different. So we are here in the studio with her live and colored, but guess what? You don't know who she is. So it's still, some elements of surprise in there, isn't it? Yeah.
It's true.
My name is Jennifer Edu. I'm speaking to you all the way from the UK, and I have, an international studio today. Even in
Absolutely.
Canada, I have people from different,
Province.
provinces. Yeah. So I'm going to allow to my sister Elizabeth to introduce herself and she'll introduce the guest. But once again, welcome. Grab your popcorn, grab your wine, grab your whatever, and stay tuned. Today's topic is amazing and you don't want to miss it. So don't skip. Just stay right with us. Okay, Elizabeth, over
Thank
to you.
you. Thank you. Good morning to the world. My name is Elizabeth. I'm sure by now you know my face already. I live in Saskatchewan, province of Canada, with my 5 children and my husband. And I've been here for the past 3 years. I joined a digital business last year, and 15 months later, I'm free from 9 to 5 grand. I am happily retired at 46, and I cannot but be grateful to God for this opportunity. And today we have someone very amazing gracing our live session. Her name is
Woo!
applause. Her name is Sandy Caballero. Yeah, she's been my partner in some of my videos on my YouTube and my Facebook. Originally, Sandy came from Panama, but lives in Surrey, in British Columbia, another province in Canada, with her aging parents. She worked all her life in the film industry for years. But in July 2023, she took a leap of faith, just like myself. She started a digital journey, a digital business. And today she's a proud digital business owner and a mentor. Let me not do all the 100% talking because she will still have opportunity to say something about herself. But I'm very excited, like all of you today. Thank you for joining us this morning. Over to you. Welcome.
Oh, thank you so much, Sandy. We want you to say something to the audience because it looks like Elizabeth wanted to say everything about you. So
Yes.
say something to our audience. But before that, I want to let our audience know that today Joy is not here, but she may join us whilst we are in the process of everything. She may join us. Just a little hiccup. This should tell you that this is live, guys. This is
Mhm,
real, and we are real people with
mhm.
real life stories.
Yes.
So over to you, Sandy. Can you say something to the audience, please?
Yes. Well, I want to say thank you for inviting me to your live. And Hi, everyone. Like Elizabeth mentioned, my name is Sandy. I'm originally from Panama, but now I reside in Surrey, British Columbia. I used to live back east in Montreal before, so I also speak French.
Oh,
And then I actually went to high school in Quebec in French, and then after finishing the graduation, I moved to Vancouver. So that's where I've been studying here. I've been working in the movie industry for 25 years.
Wow.
wow.
But there was a setback in 2023 and in the film industry because there was a US strike. And because of that, it pushed me because, like 5 years before 2023, I started to have that idea of, finding something else, where I can be my own boss. But I kept working, like many of us, we know that we need some change to keep working. But eventually, that setback turned out to be a blessing to me because it pushed me. And then I was able to find this, which was something that I was looking for 5 years ago. And it checked all the boxes because I was looking for a portability business. So that's how I ended.
Hmm. Oh, that's amazing. So since Joy is here, I will not let her go scot-free. Never.
Good for you, boy.
So thank you so much for sharing. I just had to say that, otherwise I'll forget. I won't let her go scot-free. And she can't come and listen to your introduction without introducing herself, isn't it?
It's true.
Yes.
Ah,
So So I'm going to let her introduce herself and she will talk about today's topic as well. Then we can set the ball rolling. You guys don't skip, okay?
No escape for joy. No escape.
Yeah.
Oh boy. So good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. My name is Joy. I'm a mom of two, a registered nurse right here in the USA. What a lovely day to have a beautiful topic, turning setback into success, how I overcame challenges and built a thriving business with our special guest, Sandy in the house. Woohoo! So I heard a little bit about your introduction. You are an actress?
No. I work in the production office. I used
Oh,
to
the
like
production part.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
I started to work at the beginning on set, and then from set I moved to the production office because the environment, like when you're working on set, you're exposed to everything because sometimes you're shooting in the winter, you're shooting under the sun, when it's very
Mhm.
hot, and then the rain and all that. So I transitioned from that into the office, which the hours are also better because on set is like 15 to 17 hours sometimes. So
Oh my
Mm.
per
Oh,
day.
okay.
God. So I took some acting classes a
Right.
few years back.
This story. I'm tired of hearing this story. This is her
Oh
story.
my God. Oh my God.
I took some acting classes a few years back. I wanted to go into, like not
Hollywood.
big old production, but like, if they need people for commercials and stuff.
Mhm.
So, yeah. I did that for a little bit and then, well, rest is history. Here I am. I'm still a nurse and now
This story. When Joy talks about this story, you wait. One day she'll come and put her acting thing on Facebook. I think she already.
I'm acting credentials.
Oh my god.
Um,
All right. Okay, Sister Elizabeth, please. Let's let you do the honors.
All right. My first question will be, what challenges did you face when you first started, and how did you push through them? Can I take that again? Or did you hear me? What challenges did you?
I did hear. Yeah, I
All
did hear. Thank you so much for that question. I think when I first started online business, like a lot of us, we don't know. I didn't know what to expect. We don't know what to expect from the online business because I never have done any online business. So I had a little bit of self doubts in what to expect. But as I went through the training, I saw that it was video based training, so it was easy to follow. So that helped me, to overcome those self doubt and also, the support of the community because if you have any questions, let's say you don't understand something, you search, but it's still something that you're not clarify, you can always ask in the community and someone will help you. And that's some of the things. And the other thing I think I would say is thanks to the community, along the way I also faced some challenges where my mindset failed me, but thanks to a friend that was with me, like we were doing things together at the beginning. She was able to help me bounce back, from my emotion that was, it was into that fixed victim problem mindset. And then I shifted to the solution focused mindset. And thanks to that, she was able to help me. And in another occasion too, like we all want to see result fast,
yeah.
Mhm.
but but we have to understand that it takes time. So you have to have patience. So my another friend of the community, while I was doing some challenge, also helped me, to understand that it takes time. So those were two of my first lessons, which two of them I thought that I had patience and I had thought that I had a strong mindset, but I realized that that's not the case. With the mindset, I learned that um, you have to feed your mindset every day because if you don't feed your mindset, that's what happens when you encounter something that a challenge that is a little bit more than you are prepared for, then it fails you. So that's what I learned from that one. And from the other one, the patience, I learned that I didn't have enough patience as I thought that I had. And this business has actually taught me that, working on my patience. in several areas. So that's something that I've been learning. But I'm grateful for that journey, because, all these setbacks, it helps you to keep growing, and to keep getting better and self-develop, new skills,
Yes.
so I remember. And also, remembering your why,
Mm.
because, this journey's ups and downs.
Yeah.
Um, and there was a moment in my journey where, you keep having those questions, like, am I on the right track? I have, did I make the right choice? But then I remember my why. Like, I sit down and reflect, and I remember my why, and I remember I asked myself, do you want to go back to those long hours and to keep doing that until 67 years old? So I said to myself, no, I don't want to go back. So I want to keep going forward. So those are the things, your why really helps you to keep on track and to keep pushing forward, because when you have a vision, where you want to go, that you just need to keep pushing until you get to that place that you want to get to. So
Amazing.
that's how, yeah.
Amazing, amazing. So that being said, I think that this probably answers this question as well. But is there any instance where you did feel like giving up, and what kept you going that moment?
Yes. Well, that was the last one that I mentioned. Yeah, that was the last one. I would think I was like probably like I think it was last year, actually. It was
Mm.
last year, and you keep seeing all the rest. So that's the problem, because we tend to compare to other people's journey.
Yeah.
That's one of our mistakes. And um everyone's journey is different. So I got to the point where, I saw that I wasn't getting any results fast like the others. And then those are when the doubts is starting to go into my mind, um, thinking, like, did I make the right decision? Can I, um, is this gonna work? But I know it works, because I seen, in our community that, how many people, like I seen with my own eyes, that started, and then have achieved success. But like I mentioned, like, it's because, we tend to compare to others, that we forget that, everyone's journey is different.
Yeah.
And at that moment, like I mentioned before, that's when, like, you have to sit back and just reflect on your life. What is it that you want in life? What are your priorities? What is it that you want to achieve? um, if I don't keep going, do you want to go back to where you were?
Where you
and
were.
and I was like the film industry was my dream job, but I get to a point in my life where I wanted more in life. I didn't see myself growing there. So
Mm.
in the long hours, I didn't see myself working until 67, those long hours. So I say to myself, I don't want to go back,
Mm.
to keep doing that for the rest until I retire. So,
Yeah.
and I want to be present for my parents, and that is not going to allow me to do that. So I have to keep going. And I think that's when you get to that moment, and that's on my case, that's understanding the process. And I think the process is the hardest part of the journey. Um, it's kind of like, I just give you an example, kind of like, the army goes through these mental journey, like they challenge them, so to make sure that, they are able to overcome any obstacles and challenges in their journey. So the same thing applies to us. It's like, it's the mental challenge that we have from point A to get from point A to point B. It's called the process. So it's like the endurance of, it's, I don't know how to explain it. It's like, it's your mind. It has nothing to do with your um okay. It has nothing to do with the training and nothing like that. It's more on the mind that you have to work on, and you have to understand that. So that's what I I understand that. So now, like I don't think I will go through that again. And
Yeah.
I might have my moments, but I know how to bounce back. So once you
Yeah.
understand that, that's okay. So thank you so much.
Wow. 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 If you're out there watching and you're already running your business, this should motivate you. Yeah. Okay, Joey.
Oh, Sandy, your story is already so inspiring. How did your mentor and the training help you navigate through tough times in your journey? I feel like you kind of touch on it a little bit with
Yeah.
your the people in the community, letting
Okay.
you know that this you have to trust the process. You have
Yeah.
to trust the process, and everything takes time. So, what's one mind shift? Oh my goodness, that
Mind
made a
shift, shift.
huge. What's one mindset shift that made a huge difference in your success?
I think my biggest mindset shift was realizing that I didn't need to know all, and that also that I like you try to do things perfect, like, and I learned that perfection was holding me back.
Mm,
Mm.
Um, I needed to forget about perfection and just do it. That's and then do adjustments as I went through. So once I did that, I was able to embrace the learning along the way, and that's when everything started to change. So I become more consistent, more confident, and more courageous. Because one of the things was like I was comparing to, for example, my story. I was saying all the other stories that were more powerful than mine. So, um, but you really have to. So I had to struggle to really tell my story,
yeah.
um, and that's because we're trying to to make it like good, but everyone's stories is different,
Yeah.
and I had to connect. So I have to forget about being like having a good story. Just tell my story, and don't hold that perfection to
Mm.
hold me back. Like, for example, creating ads and all that. So yeah, so that's is perfection. Just to That was my shift, to understand that you don't need to try to do things perfect, because the longer
Yeah.
you try to be perfect, it takes longer to
Yeah.
um you're never gonna start.
Yeah.
That's the right
Yeah.
thing.
That's
You're never
true.
gonna
That's
start.
true.
All right.
So I think I'm next. How can someone watching this our live session now stay motivated even when things don't seem to be moving fast for that person? You have a what?
Okay, so for this one, I would say you have to remember that success is not a straight line. Okay, so progress often feels slow, but that doesn't mean that it's not happening. Like we mentioned, everyone's journey is different. So stay
Yeah.
connected always along your way on the journey to your why. Always remember why you're doing this.
Yeah.
And that will keep you moving forward. And also, I would say celebrate small wins. And every time that you celebrate small wins, I would say to keep a like a journal, and then every small win that you succeed, just write it down. And why the journal? Because when you're gonna have those moments that you're feeling down, you can go back to your journal and then see,
Remind
this is
yourself.
how much I have achieved, so let's keep going.
Yeah.
you know
Mm.
Absolutely.
um so that's what I would say for that. And the other thing I would say is surround yourself with people who lift you up.
Mm,
And that's one of the things that we're so blessed to have in this community, that we are here to empower each other. We are here to lifting up each other. um, and if, like, some of us, we have that support with our family, but
Yeah.
there's some business owners in our community that they don't have that support in
Yeah.
their family because they don't believe in the business yet. um, so that's why where the community plays a big role to keep motivated, and to feel empowered.
Mm.
But the other thing that I would say that is important is to have a discipline and a vision. Okay,
Mm.
so you gotta be
And a vision.
consistent, and create that habit. And I know discipline is hard. It's not easy. But I would say start with baby steps, with one thing, until you master that one and then add another one. And little by little, until you master all the things that you want to master. So, but that will carry you through. And like I mentioned, like before on my previous, you don't have to be perfect. You just have to keep going, okay? Because if you try to be perfect, then it's gonna slow you down because you're not moving. Because it's like the same thing that we say, don't wait for the perfect time because it's never gonna happen because you're always gonna keep waiting. So the same thing,
Yeah,
what I
yeah.
would.
Amazing.
Thank you
Amazing.
so much.
So, those watching us, if you want to know how you can also start your journey, it's very, very simple. You can see that we all have different websites. You can choose one person, register with your name and email. We'll reach out to you and tell you the next steps that you should follow. But I said today I'm not going to let God Joy get away with things. So she's going to do vote of thanks, whether she likes it or not.
Wahala.
Thank you all.
So you guys, today is Thursday before our vote of thanks comes in. Thursdays, what we do is we have our live webinars. You just register on anybody's website. Just choose one person because when you register with me and you register with Sandy, it's not going to work. So choose the person that you resonate with more. Sign up with your name and email. You will straight away get a link to join us live, and we will see you on the inside. Okay, vote of thanks.
Amazing. So thank you so much, Sandy, for spending your time with us today, coming in and throwing all these golden nuggets. Hopefully, guys, listen, because nobody has to wait for a perfect time. There's nothing like a perfect time. People that are making dreams come to pass are people who are action takers. So just take action. And like Jen said, there's a webinar free tonight. Watch it. And then after you watch, go back to your mentor with questions because that's the only way you will know more, right? You can't depend on hearsay. You can't depend on, not everything on the internet is a scam. So listen to Sandy. Every week we bring new people for a reason and take something out of it. Change your life because nothing will change if nothing changes. So the next episode of your digital journey with Joy and Jenny and our special co-host Elizabeth.
Yep.
Next time.
In fact, from next week we are your digital journey with Joy, Jen, and Liz.
Whoa!
I finally get to earn my place in this forum.
Yeah.
Guys, I worked hard for it.
Amazing.
We will see you guys next week. Bye.
Thank you so much, Sandy. Thank you.